Hello and welcome to Talking Trades, the weekly podcast we talk about comics so you don't have to. I'm Jeremy, I'm a DC fan.
I'm John, a Marvel nut.
And we are apparently back to being a weekly podcast because I just said it in the intro and I'm not re-recording this. John, how you been?
Been okay. Given
how's your quarantine? It's so
about the same. The same as it was last week.
Yeah, it doesn't really change, does it? Just kind of.
No,
I'm doing this on an audio
more
podcast,
days.
and my hand is very level.
Yeah, just more days of the same.
Everything just blends into the same terror. I mean,
Kinda. Can you believe it's May?
Yeah. The problem with that is I count down to May, so yes, I can't believe it's May because I've been keeping track of that. After May, it's gonna be over for me. Once summer school hits and I'm not teaching anymore because I won't be doing summer school, it's gonna be just a blend of. It's gonna be a nightmare. I won't know what's happening. I won't know what day it is. I won't know if I've showered in months. Who knows? Who knows? I just hope I survive.
You'll know if you showered.
That's true. Matt, how's your quarantine?
It's okay. Just finished with my move. I left Wisconsin.
You came back to the correct side of the cheddar curtain.
I did. I won't. I say that I won't miss Wisconsin, but if anybody,
you'll miss parts of Wisconsin.
I'll
sure.
miss parts.
You won't miss the drivers.
Yeah, no. But I will give a shout out to my comic shop in Milwaukee, the Turning Page. If anybody here listens that lives in Milwaukee, check them out. They're great.
I have been with you. That place is phenomenal.
Yeah,
excellent
best
people.
Cat ever.
It's the only cat that I can say without any hesitation that I legitimately like.
Yeah,
I don't like cats.
Cat. He's wonderful.
It's a very cool store. They got a beautiful mural on the side. Everyone who's there is very nice. You know, they're a good place to support. Good brick and mortar place to support.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're in the River West area, give them some love. They're awesome.
Absolutely. That's the Turning Page in Milwaukee, River West. All right, well, let's just hop right into This Week in Geek.
This Week in Geek.
Week in Geek. Matt, I feel like today's a special day that we're recording, so I feel like your news should start. What is today?
Today, well, it's obviously
Cinco de Quattro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Podcast over. Have a great week.
For the Arrested Development fans. No, of course it is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Star Wars Day. It's National Star Wars Day.
Yep. My second favorite holiday of the year.
Right behind Arbor Day, because you love the trees.
Actually, I'm a big fan of Leif Erikson Day.
Hinga dinga durgan.
But yeah.
What do you got for Star Wars news, Matt?
Today, Disney and Star Wars, it's on StarWars.com too, announced that Taika Waititi, that one,
Jojo Rabbit, Thor, Love and Thunder / Thor Ragnarok / What We Do in the Darkness. What we do in the
Korg himself.
The man, also the IG droid from The Mandalorian.
IG-11, never forget.
Is going to
direct.
Big ups. He's going to direct and co-write a new Star Wars feature film, which is cool because he directed the finale for The Mandalorian, so it's really exciting. And he's co-writing this with Krysty Wilson-Cairns, who just got nominated for her work on 1917. I am very excited to see what those two put out together. It's very exciting to have those two work as a tandem on Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a big. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Taika Waititi just because I don't know enough, but like he's somebody that makes me excited to watch movies. Like Kevin Smith, like when I hear Kevin Smith doing something, I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see that no matter what it is. He's a guy that is becoming that for me. Like I'm like, whatever he's doing, I want to check it out, even if it's not necessarily my scene, because I know he's going to do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear him taking a Star Wars movie. Maybe this one will have like a consistent through line.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be neat?
That would be neat.
Here's the thing. I like Star Wars. I like all 9 Star Wars films. I can watch all of them and have a good time. The last 3 do not have a consistent through line.
No,
That's just a
No.
fact.
No.
I feel like they spent too much time listening to people on the internet, and
Yes.
it just went.
At one point, they didn't listen to anybody, and it went in a very different direction. And then they went, we got to backpedal real hard. But, we're not here to talk about why we dislike or do like Star Wars. I just know that I like all 9 movies because I
You're
like
right.
Star Wars.
So the DCEU, no, it's the same thing. Where like they just took too much criticism to heart and went way too hard in their direction.
Exactly.
Oh, well. It is what it is. May the 4th be with you. I also have some Star Wars news. Clone Wars is over.
Yep.
It officially ended last night at midnight. It leaked a few places in the EU apparently before that, but officially it ended last night at midnight, and the final episode aired, and apparently it was very, very good. Doesn't surprise me in the least, but it is over. It's officially over, and it's a 13-year journey? No, 15?
Something like that. I never watched the show. I plan on sitting down and watching it with the free time that I have.
I am late to the Clone Wars. I binged the hell out of it, and I have loved every second, man.
Yeah, I've heard only good things about it.
You're only going to hear good things. There are episodes.
I've heard great things about that. I've heard things about Rebels. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, I need to do Rebels. It's fantastic. There's downer episodes, but I mean, it's a TV show. What do you expect? There's going to be there's hots and there's nots. It's very good. It's very watchable. But people have already kind of taken the last scenes of the show and melded it into episode 3, which is really cool. Like blended like voices into other characters, which is very, very interesting. So there's a lot of that floating around. Apparently, I believe Anakin himself came back and did something in the last episode. Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
wow,
which is super cool. I haven't watched it because I'm still in like season 3, but that's very, very cool. So I wanted to make sure that was dropped into our discussion today. That Clone Wars has ended and it's supposed to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw there was like a reaction to the final episode. I didn't realize it was today.
Yeah, May the 4th, which some good planning. All the movies also dropped on Disney Plus today too.
Yep.
So I'll be binging at some point. But now I can do that. Now I can do like the Lord of the Rings binge, the Harry Potter binge, the Star Wars binge. Maybe all in the same week, and then I just don't have to put on pants. I'm sorry. That sounds fantastic.
That's the dream.
Hi, Uber Eats. Stay on hold. Click. Yeah.
I'm a platinum member.
I'm getting that platinum membership this month. You better believe that. You know who's not getting a platinum membership? Who needs some more money? Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox.
Daredevil himself.
Daredevil himself. He apparently, I read an article that he was turning down offers left and right. Who knows how many that was? Because they were under the impression that season 4 was going to happen.
Left, right, two offers.
How do you mute, John? On the Zoom call. Apparently, it was like he turned down multiple offers and was told there was going to be a season 4, and then they went, "Oh yeah, no, it's not happening." It's like, that's a lot of money I just threw away.
Yeah,
because you told me. Like, well, yeah, Netflix, right? No, you. Yeah. I don't know who is responsible for this, but it's he's also been tweeting out about the cast and the crew. You know, save Daredevil, stuff like that. I forget the actual hashtag, but there's an underground movement to keep the Daredevil verse going, which I am super down for.
That continuity.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring him into the MCU. I'd love it. Charlie Cox is a very good Daredevil, and like I said,
bring everyone back for a movie. Do Born Again, adapt it for that continuity. It'd be great. You could have the actual time will have passed between season 3 and whenever that would come to light.
Absolutely, I would love to see that Wilson Fisk in the movies.
There's rumors swirling about Charlie Cox showing up in the next Spider-Man movie
as Daredevil.
Yeah, I doubt there's any grain of truth to that, but I've started
on like the next Twitter. Tom Holland Sony / Marvel movie.
Yeah, the next they said like Spider-Man 3. third installment.
That'd be that one.
Yeah, so it'd be that one. So not
With
like
Tobey Maguire, he wasn't in that one, guys.
Are you sure?
You guys are dumb. You guys don't know how movies work.
Have you ID'd every extra? Do we
That's
know
fair.
that he wasn't?
That's fair. You know what? I apologize. I retract my statement. Also,
Gotta
Batman Forever is better than Dark Knight. That would be cool if Charlie Cox got to keep playing Daredevil. I liked his Daredevil.
I would like to see those characters show up in the MCU. You know, they kind of got done dirty in Netflix.
Yeah. You know what would be cool if they were going to do it? Just drop Foggy in first. And people go, wait a second, what? Like in a movie, just like, you know, in a passing courthouse scene, someone goes, oh, Nelson, how are you? Or he's like, oh, yeah. That's it. It's just like in a movie, like in Black Widow, if that happened, that'd be hilarious, right? It's not. But, and then Spider-Man, you're like, oh my God, it's confirmed. It's them. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
I love that.
Speaking of Black Widow, this is very marginal. This past weekend would have been opening weekend for Black Widow.
Womp womp.
Less sad.
It will come out. It's going to be
currently
okay.
November.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. Speaking of women in movies, Iris West has been recast, rumored for the Flash movie. Kiersey Clemons was going to be playing Iris West in this movie. Apparently, she's being recast. I don't know why, but this is what caught me off guard. This is what they're looking for, quote unquote. We're looking for someone who's smart, bold, and always has a cell phone in her hand. So all of the three of us could be this.
All right. Finally, I can make my big appearance in Hollywood.
Like, why? Why is that your casting call?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Like, give me a description of the person you're looking
Always
for.
has
Tall,
a
short,
cell phone in
white,
there.
black, Hispanic, whatever. 22 to 34.
They're looking for Cynthia's mom. That's Cynthia's mom. Angelica's
from
mom.
Rugrats?
Yeah, that's who they're looking for.
You know,
Smart, bold,
I'd
always
watch
with a
that
cell
movie.
phone in their hand.
I mean, I was going to make a Kardashian.
One
joke.
weird tuft of hair. Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
Looking for
Yeah,
Stu
obviously.
Pickles' sister-in-law. Drew Pickles' wife. Oh my God.
No,
not
Dee Dee. Angelica's mom.
Yeah, Drew is the one. I said Stu Pickles' sister-in-law, Drew Pickles' wife. Angelica is a Pickles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they never talk about, but her last name is Pickles too.
Yeah, she's a cousin. She's
I know,
Tommy's
but
cousin.
it's never said in the show. I mean, of course they say it, but he's Tommy Pickles. She's Angelica the jackass.
Yeah.
Everyone hates. she's Angelica the Satan. Which
Yeah.
it took me a very long time to get the joke about her name.
Mm-hmm.
That she's not angelic. It took me forever.
It took me till just now.
You were today years old when you
I
found
was
out Angelica
today years old when I found out.
Ah, man. Well, so confirmed Angelica's mom is going to be in the Flash movie. Another movie that's happening, The New Mutants.
Yep.
Some new pictures were released.
Great.
The only thing that I took out of these pictures.
I know. So
I looked it up. The original trailer came out 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture that was released is of a demon bear.
Neat.
Great.
I was like, that's cute. I like it. Moving on.
I just do not care about that movie anymore. I didn't care to begin with because the writing was more or less done for Fox being bought by Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie didn't matter to begin with. Now I super don't care about it.
Yeah.
No. That trailer came out when I was at my parents' house and we were less than 5,000 listens as a podcast. That is how long ago. Unreal. Unbelievable. So that's happening in the MCU. You know what else is happening in the MCU? The Man is supposedly joining the MCU. Now, who is the Man?
The Man?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
From the WWE. Is going to be in her second film, apparently.
Neat.
She was in
what was her first film?
One of the Marine movies. Marine 6, I think.
The Scorpion King.
You know, I think I might rather watch The Scorpion King.
Hey, it's fun.
Marine 6 had Shawn Michaels, The Miz and Becky Lynch. And for John, that means literally nothing. But for any wrestling fans, you may realize that is a movie that came out and happened and nobody wanted to see.
I'll go see it for 1/3 of that. Well, 2/3.
Shawn Michaels
for
and
the Miz.
Becky Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is.
So it is the John Cena thing.
Yeah.
John Cena was the first Marine. Then there's been 5 more.
So the isn't as definitive as one would believe.
Correct. Yeah, when you get to Marine 2 and it's not still the first guy, it's just called Marine. It can't be the Marine. It's
the
Marine.
Marine 6 Close Quarters.
That's right. They go on a boat.
Whoo, man. Yeah, that's the one. That is the exact one.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were exaggerating when you said 6.
No. Would I exaggerate when it comes to wrestling, John? Come on.
When it comes to like D-list action movies, yes.
It's WWE list, you idiot.
Oh no, that's so many letters.
It's a lot of letters.
That's so many lists down.
So supposedly Becky Lynch is joining the MCU. No idea what she's going to be, but that's the rumor floating around. I think she should play a
Do
wrestler.
we know at all in what project?
Nope.
90 Degree? No? Okay.
Nope. Don't even know if it's real. The WWE's stock is tanking, so they might be leaking this themselves. I have no idea.
Yeah.
People like her.
They do.
Yeah.
Really like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else people like? Joe Pantoliano.
Who?
I only bring this up because we talked about him a couple weeks ago. He was in the first Daredevil movie. He played the reporter, whose name I can't remember. It's in my notes. His name is. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna.
No, I'm already on IMDb for Marine
I know, but
6.
I'm looking at my notes. What is his name? This is bothering me. Oh no! You're gonna find it before me. I don't like that. What is
Did
it?
you know Daredevil movie was 2003?
Michael Urich.
Oh yeah.
Or Ben Urich.
Yeah.
Ben Urich. The reporter. He was hit by a car while he was walking in I think it was in New York, and he is in critical condition. So we send our love and our kind thoughts to that. I think the article said he was going to be okay, but I mean that's scary.
Yeah.
He was
That's
also in
very
The
scary.
Matrix. He was also in. He's been in a lot of things that you've like seen him in. He's one of those good character actors.
Sure.
But that was horrible. And since it's a comic book related person, I figured, we should mention that. So, Joe Pantoliano, hope you get well soon. So
Speaking of which,
come on our podcast.
I'm on IMDb for Daredevil.
Uh-oh.
This cast is blowing my mind.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do you know that John Favreau is Foggy Nelson?
What?
The original.
Did you know that Ellen
the
Pompeo
film?
is Karen Page?
Who is? Who's
Karen Page?
Yeah.
Ellen Pompeo. I'm not very familiar with her. The takeaway is that Karen Page was in Daredevil the movie.
I think I might have to go back and watch. We should do a commentary track for Daredevil. It's significantly better than Hulk.
We probably have more to say, but
well, there are charismatic people in that movie trying very hard to do well.
Yeah,
that movie is not nearly as bad as Hulk.
No. Well, I have not seen Daredevil maybe since theaters. I cannot say with certainty.
I watched it a lot when I was a kid because I was very dumb.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, man. Yep, and I made a lot.
I dragged my friends to see Fantastic Four Rise of Silver Surfer.
I made my family go to the drive-in for the second one after Rise of Silver Surfer.
That was the one.
Yeah, that was the second one.
I was so upset when Galactus showed up as a cloud.
Same.
I'm actually still mad about that.
Things can change and I'll live, but that's too much. That's too much.
That's dumb.
One of the most iconic figures in comics. No, it's just a cloud now.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was really dumb. Lawrence Fishburne plays Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That man is too good for that.
Yeah, especially because that was coming off of / around The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So he, especially at that time, was too good for that.
Oh, but it was after the third Matrix too, so there's that. So he already kind of was like, uh-oh. Then he went, uh-oh. Fun fact.
Surely I'll attach myself to this vehicle and nothing bad will happen.
Fun fact, I was doing a crossword the other day because I'm so bored in quarantine. And the answer to the crossword was Alba. And it was, this actress, Jessica Blank, was in Fantastic Four. I'm like, there are other movies you could say here. Yeah. There are other movies you could say here.
She was in the first
sully Jessica Alba's name with this movie.
She was in the first Sin City movie, which was significantly
She
better.
was in the first Sin City movie, and that was a very good movie.
It was very good. Frodo was a cannibal, and it was terrifying.
That scared me so bad. Yeah. It doesn't scare me. Award-winning films. Which Endgame is officially now an award-winning film.
Yeah.
This weekend, the prestigious Kids' Choice Awards happened. And favorite movie unanimously was given to Endgame.
So they got the blimp?
So they got the blimp.
They got the blimp.
I believe they would have gotten slimed if they weren't social distancing. So
they'll just have to save the slime.
You just slime at home. Get some gack,
Yeah.
I have tasted that slime.
Yeah?
It tastes like candy corn.
Huh.
It's just pure corn syrup.
That's not what I picked.
I didn't think that either.
It's pure corn syrup.
Fun
fact. I was on an episode of Slime Time Live as a background character during the Hey Arnold movie.
Ooh.
So I was playing cards, and the producers threw actual money down into the hat we were playing in, and I said, I don't know what this is about, but I will absolutely sit here.
Wow, we got some star power on the
guys. I'm kind of a big deal. I was also in the newspaper once because I met Santa Claus, and I got a Street Sharks action figure. So,
well, we were in the newspaper for our dog walking thing too. We've been in the newspaper.
I've been in the newspaper twice. That's right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a published author. In sixth grade, I got a poem published in the newsletter. So,
wow,
guys, I don't know if you know this. I'm kind of a big deal.
Clearly.
You know what else is a big deal? My favorite Disney movie of all time, Hercules. It has been confirmed that they are working on a live-action Hercules.
I am so excited.
I have never been so hesitant in my life because Mulan was up there for me, but then they ruined Mulan so badly.
We haven't seen it. We don't know for sure.
They took the music out. It's ruined. They took the music out.
No, there was no Mushu.
Yeah.
I'll live without the Mushu. It's the music.
Yeah.
That is some of my favorite Disney songs of all time. We'll Make a Man Out of You. Girl Worth Fighting For. Oh, God. Now I'm angry again.
It's okay.
Okay.
Disney Renaissance era is some good stuff.
Lion King had music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
see
had not
it.
seen that one, actually.
Uh-oh.
If I want to watch it. If I
it's hanging out on Plus, I go watch it whenever I want.
Aladdin had music.
If I want to watch an animated Lion King,
I like
the original.
Yeah, absolutely. Aladdin had music. Jungle Book had music.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast had music.
Beauty and the Beast had music. So Hercules didn't have. Looking back, I looked at the soundtrack. It had a lot of good songs, but it wasn't like every few seconds was a song.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. So like you only have to really have a couple of good songs. But you know what? I feel like if you don't have the muses in it, the movie's already ruined, period. And the muses are music. So if they have the muses will be fine. But what's important is the cast. And John and I, we did a fan cast each. So Matt,
just want to clarify, there's nothing official. No whispers of
nothing. Yeah, no.
This is all just talking.
I'm not counting so-and-so would love to play this character in Hercules. Because that's
the only thing that I've seen that's gotten any traction is that Ariana Grande, people are really pushing for Ariana Grande to be cast as Meg. That's what I said. I will say, I did listen to her version of, oh my God, that song, the song Meg sings. I Won't Say I'm in Love.
Oh, I actually heard it was like Meg's song.
I Won't Say I'm in Love. She sang it for like an NBC thing, and she sang all the muses parts as well. Mm-hmm. She did a very good job.
Well, she's a great singer. Mm-hmm. I won't take that away from her. I just haven't seen her
on
act.
A show.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, she was on a show. I never saw
Victorious.
Said show. Yeah,
so she
and
can
Sam
act.
and Cat.
She can. Yeah. Well,
I've seen most of the episodes of Victorious.
I've seen 0. What's it about? No.
It's about a high school. I watched this when I was younger, so it's not weird. It's about a girl who her sister goes to like one of those like fame schools where like everyone does like it's a musical art school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a magnet school for art people. And her sister's super untalented, and so the other girl's like, I'm gonna go audition, and she gets in and she meets all her friends and her rivals, and they're all very super talented, and that's where Ariana Grande started. She was one of the super talented singers on that show.
Okay.
And she was. But that's not a good, well acted show.
Right.
By most people. I'm not gonna say anything just in case Ariana Grande ever comes on this podcast. My point is, I feel a little bit less upset with her being cast as Meg if that was the choice. But that's not what I cast. So let's talk about John and I's fan casts. Matt, I want you to rank our fan casts.
Sure.
From 1 to 5 stars. 1 being terrible, 5 being fantabulous.
Got it.
John, where do you want to start?
I think I inadvertently played to the judges. That's the case.
All right, we did this on purpose, so I didn't tell you we were doing that. Because otherwise I just cast Geddy Lee as everything.
Yeah, he'd crush it.
Idris Elba, Geddy Lee, and then Batman is in it.
Well, why don't we start with Meg?
Okay.
We just talked about it. That was kind of the lead in.
Who is your Meg?
I don't know if this actress can sing.
Okay.
But I think it'd be a great take for the character.
You can always dub her voiceover later.
I went with Aubrey Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought that too.
Yep.
That's not who I picked.
Don't know if she can sing. But
she
for the character,
me as somebody who could. I feel like she's got that hidden talent.
She plays that character that Meg is very, very well.
She does deadpan very, very well.
100%.
That's not who I picked because I had a feeling you were going to pick her. So I wanted to go a little bit outside, like a little different, you and I. I went with a woman named Samara Weaving, who you may not have heard of, but she is Hugo Weaving's niece. She was in the 2018 horror movie Ready or Not, and she's very, very good. She was also in The Babysitter.
Okay.
She's Australian, I believe. Okay. She is incredible at acting. She is so natural. She's so good. She can kind of like fall into any role, it seems like. She's incredibly talented, and she can sing. I looked it up. She has multiple songs on Spotify.
Nice.
And her voice is beautiful. So I'm picking Samara Weaving. I will send you both a picture of Samara Weaving.
Sure.
She's blonde, but you can dye
that
her hair.
You can easily fix that.
Matter.
Exactly. Yes, that's her. She's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send Matt a picture so he can see it for realsies.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do somebody else. Let's do Hades. John, who'd you pick for Hades?
So, assuming we can't just get James Woods to reprise his role, because why not?
That's what I said too. I'm saying that that'd be cool, but here's another person I'd pick.
I picked Steve Buscemi.
Interesting. Steve Buscemi is not someone I would have picked. Why Steve Buscemi?
He can do the dry and the wry humor that he's really known for. The delivery, I think, can be spot on.
He also can yell.
Yeah.
He can yell
a lot.
Mm-hmm. He can get angry at the drop if he needs to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Boardwalk Empire.
I went with someone who I thought would play into the evil a little bit more. Someone who is classically trained, who has been one of the greatest villains of all time, Ralph Fiennes.
Sure.
I feel like he could. I've also seen him be very funny, and I think he could be kind of the colder version of Hades.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he can also sing a little bit, so you could give Hades a song if they wanted to do that. They don't have to. They absolutely don't have to, but they could. But that's who I picked. And I think
because the Muses do what would be the villain song.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of the Muses, John, should we save them for the end or should we do them now?
Up to you.
We'll save them. Let's do Zeus and Hera. Who did you pick for your Zeus and Hera?
Pretty boring. So for Zeus, I was going for someone a little older, but charismatic. Huge personality, larger than this figure.
Interesting.
So even then, I think I failed because I don't know a lot of actors. But I went with Brad Pitt. A little older.
Yeah, but that man can do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. Right at that.
Hera, is he boring or is he phenomenal?
What's a boring pick? There's not much to discuss.
I guess.
Hera, I went with Dark Phoenix's own Jessica Chastain.
Interesting.
That's a good one.
Interesting.
It's a good one. And then you also, if you want to use the red hair with Hercules, it kind of also kind of works out that way a little bit.
I went with Ron Perlman and Meryl Streep.
Ron Perlman's an excellent choice.
Ron Perlman has such a great voice.
And
For
Meryl
the
Streep
scene
is
where
always
he's the
an
statue, right? Rip Torn was, or no, was it Rip Torn? I think it was Rip Torn who played the original Zeus. He has such a good gravelly voice, but I think Ron Perlman just has like that booming, commanding voice.
Yes, he does. That's a great choice.
Beautiful beard too.
Yeah,
you just keep his beard like for when he's playing Zeus.
Yeah,
fantastic. And Meryl Streep, you could put Meryl Streep in a bag, and she like in a paper bag, and she would make that paper bag the best paper bag you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah,
I was gonna say she could be in my head. I'm like, she could be a paper cup.
Yeah,
she can do whatever she wants.
She'll nail it. She'll nail anything. She's so good.
She's fun, and she can sing.
Yeah,
so if you give Hera a song, she's fine. Let's talk young Hercules, Jonathan. Who is your young
I'm pulling
Hercules?
up an image because
okay,
you're not going to recognize it.
I might.
Probably not.
You don't know. I know a lot of things. I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
I picked Skylar Gisando.
Oh, from. Did that cut out because I said it?
It did.
Oh, okay. Well, it's from. It is it. Is it? Oh,
you're going through a tunnel. I can't hear you.
All right, who is this guy?
This guy. He was in Booksmart as Jared, and he was in the Vacation reboot.
He also comes with that kid from Big
good
Time
for
Rush.
like an awkward.
Yeah,
that awkward phase in her life. I think he'd be a great choice.
Yeah, with the best song in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if he can sing, but
again, you don't have to. You can dub that over.
Yeah.
My young Hercules, I was really stuck between two people, and I want to hear what you guys think. Cameron Monaghan, who was Jerome, I think, in Gotham. He became the Joker, and he was in Star Wars: The Jedi Fallen Order.
That would be the one I would say first.
Or Harry Styles. The problem with Harry Styles is Harry Styles looks very mature for his age.
Yes.
They are the same age. They are both 26. I looked this up. Harry Styles, to me, he's harder to young down. Cameron Monaghan can be younged down.
He can be, but
I've seen it. Harry Styles is, I don't know, something about him, man. I think it's his bone structure.
Yeah.
He's also just too pretty to be awkward.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear the Amazing Spider-Man issue.
Yes.
The very same.
I'm also wondering who your Hercules is and if that
Cameron Monaghan works with my Hercules, I think.
Then I would say your Cameron Monaghan's better for your cast would be the better choice.
That was who I picked. Harry Styles was like, ooh, if we were doing a new animated version, I'd want him to sing, but it is what it is. We'll just jump right in. My Hercules. Again, I was stuck between two people. The problem that I had with the first guy I picked, he's way too young, but he can look older. KJ Apa was the first guy I chose from Riverdale.
Oh, he'd be good for young as well.
I'm switching my young to KJ Apa. John brings up a very good point.
I think I'm going to keep my young because I do think that's a good pick.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Especially with the more comedic awkwardness.
No, I think you made a good choice. I think KJ Apa will play my young Hercules, and my old Hercules, quote unquote, will be Zac Efron.
Okay.
Mine is also Zac Efron.
Yes, dude. Did you see him in the Baywatch movie or whatever that was? He put on some huge muscle.
I'm embarrassed to say I did because the movie is hot garbage.
Whatever. Yeah, I didn't see the movie. I just saw the trailers. But I saw him he is massive when he wants to be.
Yeah.
And he can sing.
Yep.
Yes,
I think he's doing more than just thinking about it. He's the clear choice.
He's so charismatic. He's great.
Yes, I think he would be an excellent pick.
Okay, so cool. I like we did not talk about this ahead of time. We both picked the correct choice was Zac Efron. Good job, boss. Also, he's got the Disney in, so it works.
Yes, he does.
Okay, Phil. It's Danny DeVito.
I only put Danny DeVito.
There's only one choice.
If anybody picks anybody other than Danny DeVito, that's like immediate 1 star.
It's gonna be Seth Rogen.
Don't say that.
Who did you pick for Pain and Panic?
Oh, okay. So originally I had John Kreider and Titus Burgess.
Okay.
But then I saw a tweet, and the correct choices were given to me: Bobby Moynihan and Bill Hader.
Yes.
That's really great.
I couldn't argue with that tweet. I was like, that is so. Plus, those two work so well together. You could just say, "Here's what you have to say." Eventually, ad lib for 17 hours, and we'll put in the movie what we can.
And we'll take one line. It'll be great.
That would be
Here,
so
the movie
good.
is now the Pain and Panic movie. Go.
I'm currently watching some stuff on the Netflix, so I'm going through a thing right now. I went with Donald Glover and Danny Pudi.
Oh no, that's so good too.
Bring back the dream team.
Oh no.
4K no los dos.
Because
Why
there's
can't we
two
have
roles
two-
and 4 people.
Let's just have
No.
two pains.
There's pain
two
and panic,
panics.
and then there's like sadness and despair, right? But they're all the same. It's just the same character twice, and they're all fantastic. No, you know what? Those 4 are the muses.
You're right.
I'm kidding. People in cancel culture have already started being really mean to people who tweet that the muses should be played by a man, which I agree. It shouldn't be.
Are
It shouldn't
tweeting
be.
that the muses should be played by a
People
man.
suggested it, and it was like, no, you can't do that. It's like, no, I agree.
Back out.
I agree. I just want to get in front of it. I'm not saying that. I was kidding. So let's talk about the muses in this regular episode of Talking Trades, which is not a variant, but definitely feels now it's like a variant.
Yeah.
John, you had, 3 people for your muses? Who were your 3 people?
I had 2.
Who were your 2?
This is not my forte of music, so I just kind of put 2 I would like to see, and that was
Claudio
Beyonce and Lizzo.
And Gerard Way and the guy from The Used.
No.
And
Paramore.
Paramore.
Did not be a good muse. So yeah, Beyonce and Lizzo I put down, and then I saw a tweet where people fan cast all the muses, and the other 3 they picked were Erivo? That could be my bad writing. Amber Riley and Brittany Howard. I'm trusting them because I'm not strong enough in that
I don't know them.
area of music to fully cast 5 muses.
I did cast 5 muses because I casted 5 muses. I picked Beyonce and Lizzo.
They're
I feel
wrong,
like Lizzo is the one that Beyonce and Lizzo are the 2 that I won't back down on.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
so perfect.
I agree.
I don't know if you know this. Beyonce is very popular. I don't know if you've heard this. Beyonce is very popular.
I've heard
she's a very good singer. I think she would be good. Lizzo is a cultural phenomenon right now. Mm-hmm. On top of her talent, on top of her just ability to be charismatic, people are obsessed with her right now because she's so good. So boom, capture that heat, right? The other 3 I picked: Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
Because I feel like you can't sleep on Jennifer Hudson. She's phenomenal.
Cat's own Jennifer Hudson.
What?
That girl can sing.
She was in Cats.
She was in Cats. That's right. I picked Janelle Monáe, who I am a huge fan of.
Okay.
I love Janelle Monáe. And Alicia Keys.
I dig it.
Right?
Okay.
She's a very good singer.
She's a very good singer.
And she can act.
She was in something.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember what it was either, but I know she was in something.
It was like, was it Lucky Number 11?
Yes, she was in Lucky Number 11.
Was that the one?
No. Was she in the one with the shooting? With House of
a lot of movies shoot you.
No, but the House of Wolves was by My Chemical Romance was in the trailer. Oh my God, what was that movie called? Ryan Reynolds was in it. Oh my God.
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces was the name of the movie I was thinking of. That's a good movie. It's so good I couldn't even think of the title.
She apparently is also in The Secret Life of Bees.
Okay, that's a movie.
That's all I got.
That's the second best movie about bees.
The first one being the Bee Movie. The third one being Akilah and the Bee. Matt, what do you think? How do you rate our fan casts?
This is tough.
I feel like I get an extra bonus half star because I did all 5 muses, but whatever.
That I love your muse pick. That 100% I'm in. What
we both got Danny DeVito and
you both
Zac
have
Efron.
Danny
and Zac
Efron.
Efron.
John, has Aubrey Plaza, who I have thought would be Meg forever. And then it really, for me, it comes down to like
it's you're gonna go with the Community pick because you suck.
I love both of those
they're
duos.
Phenomenal together.
I love Bill Hader and Bobby Moynihan. They're hilarious. And then obviously
I got Hellboy and I got Voldemort.
Yeah, the Ray Fiends. Ooh, this is tough. I feel like the prettiest girl at the dance.
No, we're the prettiest girls. You need to pick between the two pretty girls, boy.
Oh shit. Okay.
Who you gonna dance with? Well, you don't have to pick which one you like better. You can give us both the same rating if you want.
You guys are probably gonna have the same rating, maybe 4 stars total. Not gonna give you the 5. There are some
4.5 or whatever, but that's fine. Definitely deserved it.
Fine, Jeremy. You get 4.5.
KJ Appa and Zac Efron look like they could be brothers.
I gave you KJ Appa.
Yeah, John did give
Shut
you
up.
KJ Appa.
Fine, he gets 4.25 stars. I get 4.5. I win.
There, fine. They were both great.
Do you know Ray Fiennes was Alfred in the Lego Batman or the Lego movie too?
Yeah, yeah. He was. He's
Lego, done a lot of things.
He was Alfred in Lego Batman as well,
which
was funny because Voldemort is in that movie and he wasn't
Voldemort. That's hilarious. Okay, so if you like our fan casts, please tweet at us, tell us why they're great. If you hate our fan casts, tweet at us and tell us why we're wrong. We would love to hear some engagement from that. If you have a better fan cast, please tweet us. If you have a worse fan cast, I want to see it. With that, hopefully we'll get some engagement out of that. But I think we should jump right into the pull list. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Yay! Realms.
Here's your pull list.
This week on the pull list, we are reading The War of the Realms, written by Jason Aaron, drawn by Russell Dodderman. Matthew Wilson's doing our color, and VC's Joe Savino is our letterer. Arthur Adams and Matthew Wilson do the cover art. The logo is done. I've never seen this before. Logo and realm symbol is done by Patrick McGrath, and it is very, very Norse heavy. And I think that's cool. They have that like separate logo and realms symbols were done by somebody else. That's very cool. This is Marvel's big summer event from 2019, 18?
Yes, 19.
Nope. And it involves Thor and Malekith, but the good Malekith.
About half of each issue is just war. There is narration that does happen in each issue, but a good chunk of it is just fighting. The main thing for issue 1, though, is that the King of the Frost Giants, Laufey, as it's pronounced in the Thor movie, apparently, eats Loki.
Yep.
Laufey, father of Loki. Yeah, he does. And then he gets digested.
Mm-hmm.
So Loki, when he's being digested, he sees the past Loki. He sees 2 past Lokis. One is a child, and one is him, like, barbarian Loki. Like, original Norse mythology Loki, kind of. He's cruel. He kills a bunch of people. He's got his horns on his helmet are like curled and gnarled. He's like 7 feet tall and like 4 or 5 feet wide. He's huge. And this one is like, you're the reason you're here. And he's like, no, you're the reason I'm here. You brought me here. And he's like, no, you brought us all here. And he sees that when he was old school Loki, when he was murderous Loki, Malekith was his slave and saw all this horror. And that's the reason Malekith turned into Malekith. That was actually super interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That is very interesting. So book 1, that's pretty much it. And they're like, hey, where's Thor? We used to have a crazy number of Thors. Now we have 0. And they're like, good question. And the final panel is him just wailing on these frost giants, going, Thor has enough hammers for every knave in Jotunheim. You hear me, the Frostbrain. Keep coming and I'll flood the entire realm with your blood. The God of Thunder will be the doom of you all.
Yeah.
Side note,
it's a cool moment.
Before the events of this book, Mjolnir was destroyed in the sun. So every hammer that you see is of lesser power and made by the dwarves.
And it breaks.
Yeah. He has a ton of them, but they are nowhere near as strong.
No.
The next one opens on Greenwich Village, and Doctor Strange is like, "Hey, everyone, come into the Sanctum. It's cool. We have basically a room of holding that can have a ton more people than is logical in it.
Yeah,
like
it's
million,
fine,
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Said they could.
And he's like, even more if
a
they
couple
turn to
million.
snakes.
Yeah,
It's great. Jane is there also helping this effort, and this part I didn't quite get. She's haunted by a dog now.
No, the dog just works at the Sanctum Sanctorum.
The dog works. Okay, that makes
the dog is talking to
more
everybody,
sense.
saying, "Hey, get in, get in."
I didn't know if she could see it. I didn't know.
No, it
because
says
it's not well.
No, the dog is like literally. There's a speed bubble that says, "Don't worry, everybody. There's plenty of room."
Oh, yeah, he's the one telling him that everything's going to be
okay.
That girl that's with the dog, I think, was from the Doctor Strange, whatever volume 1 when they rebooted Doctor Strange. I think she like came to him and was like, "Oh, hey, I can see the magic stuff." He's like, "That's cool. You want to work here?" She's like, "Yeah, that sounds cool." And like I think the dog came up through that.
That would make sense, because that would make more sense. Yeah. So what she's doing here. Meanwhile, Young Man Logan and Punisher are wrecking elves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is fun. I love how the Dark Elf's like, only iron can kill an elf, and he's like, "Huh? Looks like bullets can do the same thing."
No, bullets are iron because adamantium can do the same thing.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, adamantium can do the same thing." That's weird.
Yeah, I like this exchange between Punisher and Wolverine, where he goes, "Wolverine, heard you were dead. Nah, just drunk. How are you? I'm reloaded. Cool, good catching up." End of the two least developed human beings in the universe are talking to each other.
Yep.
Feelings.
It's great.
Hey, you know what? Props to Wolverine's cowboy hat in this comic, because it never falls off.
That's true.
It never comes off.
But it also doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. It looks terrible. I was really hoping it would fall off.
That's what makes him Young Man Logan.
Okay.
You get a little more development with the Lords of Midgard. Not much, though. Basically, you have Mr. Agger, who is the Minotaur. He turns into a Minotaur. He's also the head of Roxxon.
Mm-hmm.
And really not much is said there. No. Just bad guys talking about bad guy stuff. How they're going to wreck everything.
Yeah.
But then
a lot of cool character interaction.
Show up.
Yep. You have what I usually call in giant battle scenes the Muma Kill, named after the Battle of Pelennor Fields in Lord of the Rings, because I'm a huge nerd.
Of course.
When this is going great, then the giant elephants appear.
Yeah.
Only this time it's the good guy forces.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Yeah. So it's all the Valkyrie and the Allfather, Odin, have come to fight. Mm-hmm. Jane jumps on a Valkyrie to help as well, because she has great insight as having been Mighty Thor.
Yeah, and the Valkyrie's like, "Hey, you look kind of familiar." It's like, yeah, just imagine I have a hammer, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
Like a foot taller, it's fine.
Picture me with blonde hair and a hammer.
Eventually, the battle is super unwinnable, so Doctor Strange has to cast a spell to force a retreat. They cannot win, they have to withdraw.
Yep.
Which leaves Manhattan wide open to just be taken. So it has fallen. The Avengers Mountain
is one of those giant eternal things we read about in the Avengers Volume 1 we did.
Avengers Mountain?
Yeah. Remember when we did Avengers Volume 1 on this podcast, and it was those giant robot things that were coming, the Eternals, that had fought in the 1,000,000 BC?
That is Avengers Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a giant robot thing.
It is. I didn't realize that that is. I thought that was also there. I didn't realize that was Avengers Mountain.
Oh yeah, no, they're inside it.
Okay, that makes more sense. Odin is heavily wounded at the battle. Yeah. Freya declares Jane the All-Mother of Asgard.
Yeah, and war were declared.
Of course, war were declared. There was an invasion.
War were declared.
The armory is so sick.
Yeah, it's really cool.
There's a Black Panther Hulkbuster. There's every shield ever. There's all these guns and swords. There's multiple axes. There's a giant Eye of Agamotto. Oh, so cool. So cool. I liked that a lot. And you see that you see like Cap and all those people are like, this is issue 3 now. They're revving up to go save Thor from the Frost Giants. And I liked that a lot. But how are they going to get there? The Bifrost is broken. Let's go look at the Bifrost real quick.
Yeah, the problem is Heimdall is the one who controls the Bifrost, but he can't see, but he needs to
not
see.
Only can
Daredevil's
he not see,
like, wait a minute.
He has no eyes. If he's blind, it's fine.
Yeah.
His eyes have been removed. And anybody else who does this would drive them crazy.
Right.
But Matt Murdock, who has eyes but they don't work, is going to be fine, I guess.
So I was like, wait a minute. There's a guy you can't see. He needs to see. This is my exact area of expertise.
Guys, wait a second. He's a crazy person who jumps off bridges and uses echolocation. Sounds like Batman. Nope, it's Daredevil. Oh yeah, and the whole thing with She-Hulk's group and Blade and all that's had like a huge buildup in the side issue too. What the hell?
Well, why don't you talk about that?
So I forget exactly how it went because it was much more just like we gotta go kill. But like these people are ganging up together. There's not Hela. Oh my God, Thor's mom.
Freya.
Thank you. Freya puts them through these tests to see if they're actually worthy. And the one that really stuck out, Punisher has to kill everybody. Blade has to see himself as Blade sees himself in the future as the king of the vampires and has to wrestle with that part of himself, which is very, very cool. Ghost Rider has to see the king of hell, which is Johnny Blaze, I think, the original Ghost Rider.
Sounds right.
It's basically they're all fighting themselves mentally, but they're fighting the parts of themselves that they hate. So like Ghost Rider fights the old Ghost Rider. Blade fights future Blade, who's a vampire, who's fully embraced the vampire and killed all the humans. Punisher, She-Hulk goes in as Jessica Walters to this dream or this universe. Regular woman. The judge proceeding over her trial is Hulk, her cousin, who she's always seen as weaker than her because he gave in to the savagery and she feels better than him. So she needs to then give into the savagery to like realize what she could become. That's why she's so savage here. That's why she's so she's way more Hulk than she's ever been.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's really cool. It's a very, very cool side story that makes this scene make way more sense. Where they just show up and they're like really poorly disguised. They had to go through all this mental anguish to get here. War of the Realms wasn't bad. The 6 issues weren't great.
Right.
That bums me out. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, unfortunately, can only really judge it on what I read, but the lore seems super cool, and I would be.
Dude, that is
maybe
thing.
Tomorrow while I'm working really at home, I'll throw on that. I saw one video, it was 2.5 or 4 hours.
I'll send you guys the video that I watched.
All right,
we'll plug it right here. Comic Storian on YouTube. Worth a watch. Very, very good. Similar to what we do here, but he goes way more in depth and reads everything theatrically. He's fantastic.
Fun.
He's worth watching. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes of this whole story. It's worth watching. I will send it to the 2 of you, but everybody else, after you're done listening to this whole episode and watching this episode on YouTube, click like and subscribe. Go check out Comic Storian.
Yeah.
So you have the Strike Forces have gone and done their thing. You got one Strike Force going after the Dark Elves. One Strike Force is going after Captain America. Malekith is just like, I own New York now with my.
Well, they're with Captain America going after Thor. They're with Captain America going to find Thor.
Yeah,
that's definitely what I said. You heard wrong. Don't rewind this. Matt, I need you to edit that other part out. Okay, great thing. Who said that?
Jeremy.
Swamp Mammoth. There's a Swamp Mammoth. It's very cool looking. Let's move on and talk about that. Not my mess up. Move on.
There's also the War Avengers.
Oh yeah, and they go to England. There's a side story about that too. That one wasn't good. They go here. We're gonna wrap it up for you real quick. They go to England.
But Bucky's there.
He is there.
But he's not in much of it.
He's not in much of this either.
Here's the thing. Deadpool's in most of it.
So great.
The Venom stuff was cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also later.
He does call himself 90s Venom in this. Deadpool calls Venom 90s Venom, so.
Daredevil's able to fill in for Heimdall and see what's going on. And the main takeaway from this is he conceives that Malekith has the ebony blade, and just how much Earth is slipping away and becoming more and more unwinnable.
Where is the ivory blade?
Oh,
because when you put ebony and ivory, they work together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord,
Daredevil's neat.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that the little thing popped up when he grabbed the sword saying the God without fear. I thought that was really, really cool.
So Shuri and Tony Stark start work on making armor. This kind of harkens back to Fear itself, where the answer was to suit everyone in Stark-made magic armor.
I never read that.
Which we did not read on this podcast, I don't think.
No, I never read that one. I want to.
It's good.
Oh, the you know what? Here's something that comes up with the Deadpool thing. Deadpool is fighting the lava sharks, and he brings them to Atlantis, so Namor gets mad at him. So
that's why they're in Atlantis in the book.
Boy, if only that was explained, huh?
All we get from that in this book is even the undersea kingdom of Atlantis is not immune.
Yep. That's because of Deadpool. They were immune. Deadpool brought them there. 2 films. That were both very funny. Did you guys know John Krasinski's here?
Yeah, I was Fantastic. I was going to talk about that. Like, how much does that look like John Krasinski?
Yeah,
it is John Krasinski.
Like it looks a lot like him.
I'll post this on the Twitter. That's crazy.
So, I'm pretty sure those rumors, there might be something to that.
That'd be cool.
I'd watch it.
I'd be down for a new take on
Mr. It won't be a new take.
I think it will.
Dude, it's been 70 million years. It's been the same take every time.
Yeah, that's why I think it'll be a new take.
Unless Taika Waititi does it, then I'm cool. Let Kevin Smith do the Avengers, or the Fantastic Four, rather. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I don't know how. I think it'd be a lot more character-driven than they probably want.
Yeah.
And a lot more swear words.
That they definitely want. What if it's just all Ben Grimm?
Ooh, he wrestles with his own. It's Ben Grimm. It's an 1.5 hour long movie, but it's shot in real time, so it's an 1.5 hour in the life of the thing. Oh man, I mean, he talks about his like genitals a lot because that's Kevin Smith would totally make that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, maybe I don't want to see that movie.
I just want to bring up that the Dora Milaje are fighting off the Angels.
Yeah.
For the battle of all of Africa. And that is awesome.
It is so good. It's so cool.
They eventually the team eventually does get to Thor.
Yep.
Jotunheim.
They get to him and he is missing an arm.
He's like, I'm fine. You guys look
He's like, give me more. I want more giants.
Yeah, he is like full on berserker rage.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's another cool thing that I think that gets left out of this. They don't talk about it. Yeah. In the side story, everyone on the Go Get Thor team talks about their own moments of berserker rage, like when they've gone crazy. And Luke Cage talks about Luke Cage and Iron Fist both talk about something for them. I think Wolverine talks about an instance with Magneto. Cap says, I had a pretty rough day with Hitler this one time. They're all like interesting stories. And then Spider-Man's like, yeah, Black Friday's crazy. That was a very fun little character moment too.
That is great. Malekith uses the ebony blade to steal Venom away to the site of magic power on Earth, which is Stonehenge, of course.
Stonehenge.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
You do get this really cool world building piece where it's the map, but everything is divided by the new they're called the New Kingdoms of Midgard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is neat.
North America becomes New Jotunheim.
Yep.
The all of South America becomes the Dusklands, where the dead people go. Greenland and Europe becomes the Dark Fairy realm. New Heaven is Africa. New Muspelheim is Asia, and the Kingdom of the Trolls is New Zealand, it's Australia, and something else. I am bad at geography.
I'm not great either.
And then Antarctica is taken by the Roxxon.
Yep,
Roxxon
they just
just
take
him.
Yep.
Which
Dario.
I feel was largely uncontested.
Yeah. I mean,
there's probably a lot of oil there.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
I'm not a doctor.
So Punisher uses the Dark Rainbow Bridge. I can't remember all these names.
Bifrost.
Dark Bifrost, yeah.
He uses the Dark Bifrost to go to Alfheim, which is the realm of the elves.
The light elves.
And they're like Ren
look
Fair
at you.
looking.
Exactly.
Bad.
High fantasy.
Yep.
So and they're like, you there, knave. You clearly are wearing black with the white skull. You're obviously an agent of Malekith. It's like, no, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Interesting counterpoint.
There's an interesting line that the one man says is, "My friend, if you so much as tickle a weapon," I've never hated one person so much because of one line of dialogue in my entire life. I hate this man, and I want him to go away forever.
The elf with the dually pistols.
Yeah. That being said, I bet he gets his own spin-off series somewhere.
Maybe.
Ugh,
Maybe.
He's terrible.
But yeah, so with this, they're able to get the people of Alfheim to the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Currently, they were isolated, so that'll be wonderful.
On Svartalfheim, the land of the dead, or the land of the trolls, not the trolls, the dark elves.
The dark elves.
Freya has taken over, and she's looking so. She was wielding the bitter blade, the black blade, and she now controls the black Bifrost, and she's able to like just wipe out a bunch of people and to get people to safety. And it's a sacrifice, unfortunately, for her, as far as we know now. But when Odin hears about this, he is furious.
He's so mad.
You left my wife in Svartalfheim with the bad sword? And you're like, yeah, but she got everyone to safety. He's like, I literally don't care about the words you're saying. We are going there and we're saving her. But in doing this, Malekith has the last two pieces of his plan.
Yep.
So he technically did a bad.
Yeah, but they don't leave Odin empty-handed.
Yep.
They sure don't.
He gets
cool
something super sick.
Yeah, he gets the Odin Buster.
Iron Odin.
Odin
man.
Borson, the Iron Allfather.
Yeah, that's the one.
He looks.
It's amazing.
It's really cool.
We'll also tweet that out.
Giant gold suit, massive gold horns, one eye.
Mm-hmm.
Where the
arc reactor would go.
The arc reactor would be. There's like a really cool.
I'm sure it
Norse theme design.
Yeah,
I'm sure it does too.
It's 3 triangles interlocked.
Yes.
Very, very, very cool.
Meanwhile, Malekith, we previously said he stole Venom away, and the point of that was like he is going to cut the symbiote from Venom and take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's bad.
And what did you come across that expands on that? Because that's pretty much it.
Well, so the Venom stuff is it's before this. Technically, it's when he's in New York. The one of the war witches comes to him and is like, "I could give you this stone and it will make you more powerful." And he's like, "That sounds dope. Gimme." And in doing this, like he was with his child in a panic room. I don't know. And then he like gets more powerful and he's like, "Listen, you stay here, stay dope, kid. I'm gonna go out and save New York with my new powers," because the war witch gives him a stone that is supposed to turn him to Malekith, like it's supposed to turn him evil, but it also makes the symbiote way more powerful. She doesn't realize how strong-willed Eddie Brock is, or whoever this Venom is. I think it's Eddie. And
I thought it was Eddie.
Okay.
So yeah, Asian Venom is Flash. This is Eddie.
So he gets like way stronger, and he gets his symbiote powers become like turned to 25 out of 10. They're super amazing. And he goes around kicking butt, but he takes out the witch, and she's like, "Uh-oh, if my sisters hear about this, I am mad screwed, and they're going to laugh at me. So I can't tell them. But if he keeps fighting, eventually Malekith will be able to take it from him." So that eventually does happen. Malekith is able to take it from him. But right before he's taken, I think, I'm double checking in the book. Yes, right before he's taken, the symbiote gets so strong that it's able to shoot off of him to other people, to like random people, and it imbues them with incredible powers so that they can help save other people. So his power grows exponentially because he gives it to other people. So he saves not just the people he can save, but he through that saves, like if he saves 5 and she saves 5 and she saves 5 and they save 5, he saves a ton more people in New York using the Venom power. So that was very cool. It gave Eddie a little bit more development. I liked that a lot. The other thing here was the Punisher 3-issue series, which it basically talks about he saves a guy, but the guy's family dies, and that's sad because his Punisher's family died, and the usual Punisher character development. Oh, maybe you're not such a bad guy. You don't have to kill. Oh, you killed that bad guy. You're a bad guy. Oh, man, you're so bloodthirsty, Punisher. And he's like, that's who I am. Usual stuff.
Yeah.
But I did like the Venom stuff. So the Venom stuff, the Loki stuff, and the 2 Strike Forces side stuff, phenomenal. Loved it. Worth looking at. It's worth like just watching that video. It's very entertaining.
Okay.
Himself here. Jumping back into the main story. Thor doesn't have an arm. How's he going to go fight Malekith, John?
The arm of the Destroyer.
Yep.
Boom.
Just
Thor 1.
Puts it right in there.
Yep.
Thor 1. Yeah. Meanwhile, Odin and Freya pretty much fall in battle.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Malekith takes them prisoner.
And then Jane Foster declares, as All-Mother, that the Dark Bifrost is cut off. Or no, they have the Dark Bifrost. The Bifrost is cut off. Malekith's army is what it is. It cannot get reinforced. It cannot get stronger. We can. We're going to use this armory. We have the elves now. They all came in. Thor's here. We are going to take the fight to them.
As the Avengers, as all of us. And then you hear a voice from in the crowd say, no, no, no. There's only one person who can do this. And it's it's Thor. And Thor walks out with Stormbreaker, the Destroyer's arm, and a regular hammer. And he's going to go fight. But Thor's only one guy. That's crazy. How's he going to do this? I guess we'll have to read and find out. We already read this, so we know. So this is called a setting event or foreshadowing. Just wanted to let you know. Okay, so what's going on, John?
This is the part where I get a little fuzzy. So the world tree has started to grow in the sun.
Yep.
Because I think there was a seed on Mjolnir.
In Asgardia.
When it went in, in Asgardia, when
Asgard was destroyed in the sun, there was a seed in there, but the seed is too powerful, so it's taking all the power from the sun that it was put into, and it's growing a new world tree.
Yes.
Which is very good, I guess.
So, as is a common theme with Thor-centered stuff, you seek an answer, but there is a price that needs to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
How are you willing to pay the price? Thor goes, yes, I'll pay it with my life. So he chains himself to the world tree.
He hangs himself upside down.
Yeah, we're skipping out on a very cool exchange. This is all done. The exposition here is done with Daredevil talking to Thor, and Daredevil can hear. So Daredevil used to be able to hear the screams of New York. Now he can hear the screams of everything ever. He hears everything because he can just reach out and touch the universe. So, he's the one who asks Thor, well, are you willing to pay the price? Thor says, yes, I will. But I need you to do me a favor. Ignore my screams, which is a very, very, and he flies off. I thought that was really cool. All the stuff with the Daredevil here is very cool.
Yeah, no matter how they shake the heavens.
So he's going off to pay the price. All the different strike forces are fighting on the different realms or different spots of Earth. And on old Asgard, which is just like a floating island now in the realms, you see that Idris Elba is there.
Heimdall.
Yes, same thing. And he is, hey, Jane, how's it going? Everyone's dying. That's crazy, right? You're All-Mother, so what are you going to do? She's like, ooh, I found my old hammer. And she picks up her old hammer, and we'll see in a second. Lots of fighting on Earth. I'm trying to jump to so then, where is it? Where's Thor? Yeah, so then Thor jumps into the world tree, like John said. He jumps into the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And in the sun, so do you guys know how hammers are made?
They're forged in the light of dying stars. If I picked up one thing
I was just going with any hammer. but yes.
Forged?
In this case, they're forged in the light of a star. And so Thor is diving in there to create something. We'll find out. But here's the thing. He said that the name of the hero is Thor. When Jane picks up that hammer, she becomes a Thor.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Thor.
There's several Thors. And that's where issue 5 ends. Is like, oh man, Jane's picking up the hammer. This is crazy. Issue 6 opens up with Thor in the dying star. And then we jump to the future?
Yeah. So at this point, you jump out of the frame, and there are 3 people reading the very book that you are as well also.
Mm-hmm.
Because the heroes at home got help. Some went to the far future to get help. That help in the form of All-Father Thor.
Which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Still has the armor of the Destroyer, has a proper Mjolnir, has sweet silver armor, old graybeard.
Yeah, this is my favorite Thor. It's my favorite Thor.
Yeah, he looks great.
So now we have.
Do you know anything about who these 3 are who are reading this book? Or are they just Asgardians?
They're his daughters. They're Thor's daughters.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So now we have All-Father Thor, Thor who has now been burned, and then we get young Thor who sucks, and we get Jane Foster's Thor. So what Thor said was technically true. It will be Thor who takes down Malekith, but it's going to be 4 Thors.
They just need more Thors.
The Thors. If we had more words for this, we'd call it a Thorsaurus.
Oh my God, that is
this sitting here talking is making my butt Thor.
May the Thorth be with you.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. This is the conclusion of the entire battle. The various forces are fighting across all of the world, including Stonehenge, where all the Thors come in, because only Thor can cross the threshold into this Stonehenge realm right now.
Can I say one quick aside about one panel during the fight?
Yeah.
At one point, Captain Marvel defeats the Fire Queen. She says, "So much for the Fire Queen. Now where's the King of Snowflakes?"
Get it?
And it made me smile.
Do you get it?
Oh, I get it.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't get it.
It's because there's a king. The Frost Giants king. Laufey.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to talk about the subtext of snowflakes?
What are you talking about? What second layer?
That's great. So next what happens is Daredevil throws the sword that he got that lets him see things, and he throws it at Laufey, and Laufey's like, "That's so cute. I eat the sword." Because Laufey's an idiot.
Yes, he is.
So that happens, and the Thors show up, and they're fighting. They're fighting Malekith, and
who is now the Butcher of Thors, which is with the Venom symbiote.
Yeah, he's really cool here. He's got like these bat wings.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Giant Venom tongue, just the symbiote all over the place. It's great. And I wish more was done with that, because that's awesome.
Agreed.
So as this fight's happening, Malekith's like, "You can't beat me. I'm Malekith." He's like, "Well, that's not true, Malekith. I just need one thing to beat you. A good hard rain." And there's like a beat, and everyone's like, "What's going to happen?"
Fire.
And it not only does it rain fire, it rains a new hammer. Forged in the Star is the new hammer, and it's made. It's what's it called? Handle is made from the New World tree, Yggdrasil. And it has the old inscription, and Malekith's like, "You can't pick that up." He's like walking next to Thor as he's walking towards the hammer. He's like, "Stop, you're not worthy." And Thor's like, "Oh, I am the god of the unworthy." Wha-pow, wha-pow, wha-pow.
Also, the fire that's raining down, fire is Venom's weakness. That is also a great help.
I thought Venom's weakness was sound.
And fire.
Cool. Isn't everyone's weakness fire?
Well, Johnny Blaze is pretty okay with it.
Ooh, pretty sure the Human Torch could handle it.
Johnny Storm as well. Yeah.
Anyway, new Thor is now the god of the unworthy with the new hammer, and he lays the smackdown on Malekith. And
I just realized the inscription on the
awesome.
hammer is upside down.
Yeah, because you put it down so you can read it. It's also magic. Maybe it turns around like a phone thing when you turn it upside down.
So it can get stuck sideways.
You can put it in no rotate mode, in portrait mode.
Oh, okay.
So that fight's happening, and Lao Fei, the Frost Giant's like, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke you guys."
Meanwhile,
a hammer
Jane's
goes
hammer
through his
is
head.
just not. Yeah, Jane's hammer is barely clinging on to life. It's going to destruct. Like, it's not going to work out. So she goes, okay, I think I know where to throw this hammer for its last time. Through the eye of Laufey.
Eats it.
Right, and then Laufey doesn't die. He goes, "Who threw that sword? Or who threw that hammer?" And then he gets busted open from the middle, and Loki's there, and he's like, "What's the matter? Something you ate?" Hysterical. So great.
And as all Loki is in the proper book, is getting eaten and then cutting himself out.
Yeah.
It's the hero's journey, but without a lot of steps.
No mentor.
Thanks, Joseph Campbell. Well, in the other book, he gets all the steps. He goes and sees himself as a wizard or whatever. It's ridiculous.
The call to action is being eaten.
There are worse call to actions.
You're right.
Luke wants to go to the Tashi station to get power converters. And then he's like, hey, look at old guy. I know him. He's me. Look at this lady who you definitely want to kiss, but that's your sister. Star Wars is weird.
Yeah, it's great.
The world is saved. Yay.
Yeah, they did it.
And Odin bows down to Thor as the new All-Father.
Yeah.
And there's a rainbow in the background because there's a Bifrost is back. Yay. Yay.
And that was the War of the Realms.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's good if you do the homework.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed the action, but I had next to no idea.
They gave us the Oreo cookies, but no cream filling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is fine, but like...
I'm going to give it like a 6. It's a fine book that at least I was not prepared for, because I didn't realize there were prereqs to reading the book.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Not nearly as bad as like Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Where you're just missing half the story. This was a complete story. It just didn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree 100%. I would say 6 is fair.
Yeah.
I like the entire War of the Realms compendium. 9 out of 10. Very interesting lore. This particular trade gets a 6.
Yeah.
Like these 6 issues as they stand won't work.
Jason Aaron's writing, 12 out of 10. He's fantastic. Really liked the world he built. Would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I really liked Mighty Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked
really
a lot more like meat and potatoes of that story. It was just very thin. We got
the burger with no condiments, but the compendium had ketchup, mustard, pickles, fries, and a Coke. All that together is fantastic. We just got the regular burger, which is still very good.
Yeah.
Oh well. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hit that outro so we can talk about what we're going to read next week, and hopefully won't be disappointed by that. And that is the podcast this week, John. What a fun little romp through the War of the Realms with some extra homework that we did.
That we didn't know was necessary.
Yeah.
Nope, we sure didn't, but it is what it is. It's over now. We did it. Like we said, I think the lore was very interesting. I just wish that we had known going into it that we had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All well. Next week, John, it is time for a DC book again. I am going to have us read Animal Man. That is the reaction I was expecting from the two of you.
Dead silence. Yeah, I have
Animal Man, The Hunt. Here's the tagline for this. Buddy Baker has always tried to keep his superhero life and family life separate. But what happens when his daughter manifests her own powers? So this is the new 52 run of Animal Man. It is very highly received online, and it is 6 issues. It's all on the DC Universe app. It is written by Jeff Lemire, drawn by Travel Foreman, and inked by Dan Green and Travel Foreman, with covers by Lovern Kindizerski. I apologize for butchering your name, Lovern. But this is one of those books that I've been wanting to read for a long time. Grant Morrison did an incredible run on Animal Man. Very weird. And I think Jeff Lemire, from what I've heard, does a good take on his own version of Animal Man. Animal Man is one of those characters who you know nothing about, but his name says literally everything about him.
Yeah.
He can manifest the powers of various animals.
Hey.
Fun.
The 6-issue run is supposed to be good, so we're going to read that for next week. I look forward to it. With 0 expectations going in.
Here's to hoping there's no homework for it.
God, I hope so. But we haven't read anything like that.
I hope not for Animal Man.
None of us know anything about this, so it's going to be the first time in a while we've done that.
About it.
There's no preconceived notions, not like a Batman or a Superman, so it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Interesting. But we have first, before we leave, John, how's the Marvel corner going?
It's going great. This week I watched 1 movie and 2 one-shots.
Ooh.
So we watched The Consultant, which is under a minute and is, I'm dead honest, a lead-in to the Incredible Hulk post-credit scene.
What?
Okay.
That's what it is. It is Stillwell and Coulson.
Okay.
And they're talking about how they got to get someone in, and Coulson's pretty sure they're going to send in the consultant. And Stillwell's like, no, I can do it. It's fine. I do a great, I think he says great like Patsy. And he's like, yeah, you do a great Patsy. It's great. But like, we're going to call him the consultant for this guy because their personality doesn't match really well. They're talking about sending someone to recruit Banner, and they're calling in the consultant, which is Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
So it is straight up like a lead in to the post-credit scene.
That's dumb.
Fine.
That's silly.
Not needed at all.
No.
What was the other one shot you watched?
The other one shot was a funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer, which was just as needless. It was cool, which is more than I can say for the other one.
Of an expanded universe, though. They were.
But the first one was Agent Carter, and it was amazing. Like, I don't get. No, first one was Item 47. That was actually pretty cool as well. I just didn't watch it because it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So, funny thing on the way to Thor's hammer, Coulson stops in the middle of the desert to get gas, and the gas station is being held up, and he does cool combat moves to solve it.
That was 2010? 2011?
10 or 11.
This is the beginning of the universe, like where they're building. Other than Agent Carter, they knew it was going to be a show. These are fun little shorts that were on YouTube or whatever.
The Agent Carter was so well received that they immediately ordered a series. They did not know it going in was going to be a show.
I like these little 1-minute things. But how was Thor the movie for you?
Well, it's better than the smack I talk about it.
Most things are, though, right? Like, you definitely, I mean, I definitely like put things, what's the opposite of ruby colored glasses? I do that all the time. Like, I'm like, oh, that thing's terrible. Then you go back and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But I like hyperbole. I like to be hyperbolic about things.
I like the characters. I think the casting was done really well.
The hair is really bad.
It still is pretty slow comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't love. It didn't feel like one movie throughout. It felt like there's the Asgard part of it, and then there's the Earth part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite put this into words exactly, but it kind of feels like. And then, on Earth, Thor is a fish out of water. But on Asgard, he's this amazing warrior. But they really feel like the tone of those are very different. It's really a jarring, stark contrast.
And Thor's hair looks terrible.
Yeah. I think Feige said if they were doing it all over again, they would not bleach his eyebrows.
Didn't even think about that. But now that you say that, that's bad.
Yeah, they stopped after this one. So, I'm putting it at the bottom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just is what it is.
The bottom of what you've seen so far. It's not the worst.
What I've seen so far. Yeah, what I've seen so far. I'm adding one or at least one thing each time. Mm-hmm. So Agent Carter Season 2, Captain America: First Avenger, Iron Man, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Agent Carter Season 1, Thor.
Nice.
Next has to be The Incredible Hulk. I put it off long.
Well, are you going to watch the Thor prequel?
The Thor prequel? No,
There's a Thor prequel.
I went from the 40s to now. I must have missed it. Agent Carter's in like the Captain America's like the 40s.
Oh yeah. No, there's a prequel to Thor. So it takes place before Thor's born. It's I don't know if it was like officially released by the MCU. I think it was leaked out, but it's canon. Like if you watch,
is this like some Krypton stuff?
No, it's not a show. It's a movie. But I guess it's in that same vein of like it's pre-Thor. It's interesting. So it starts off on New Asgard 10 million years ago, right? And Odin is a baby, and he's got a rattle, and the rattle is huge. And the rattle, when he shakes it, it shakes the whole world. And then so he poops in his diaper, and then
4 hours later.
So then that's how you get the Jedi involved, and that's how it's a crossover. That's why Marvel was bought by Disney, so that and Star Wars also was, and then they combined it, and that's how the Jedi are also Asgardians.
It makes so much sense. The power converters were just a metaphor.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Luke is so upset that he can't go to Tashi Station to get some. And that's the podcast this week.
May the Force be with you.
And also with you.
You can follow us on Twitter at Talkin' Trades. Follow Jeremy on Twitter at LizardKing27. You can find John on Twitter at Maesterlaka, Maesterlaka. And for this and other projects from Matt, please check out Facebook at Matt Spina Music. And remember, we're not experts, we're fans.